Today on the patio, we're taking a whole pork loin, we're putting a mustard sauce on it, we're seasoning it up, we're gonna smoke it, we're gonna sear it. It's gonna be delicious. Let's get into it. What's up, barbecue fans? My name is Jake, and today we're taking an inexpensive piece of pork and we're turning it into something dynamite. Now, I started 4 hours ago with a whole pork center loin. Now, these guys come in, they're 9-10 pounds. You could cook a whole one, you could cut it in half if it didn't fit on whatever grill you're using it on. Or you can do what I did and I got it out of the package and I broke it into 3 different pieces. There's only 2 of us. I don't need a huge amount of it. So I broke it into 3 pieces. I grabbed the one that we're gonna use for this video. So for our seasoning today, we're gonna mix up some salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. First, we take our pepper can in here and we grind up some freshly cracked pepper. I've got a little bit of salt pepper left in here from a previous cook. Then I'm adding some Diamond Crystal Kosher salt. I'm adding about a teaspoon of garlic powder and a teaspoon of onion powder. And we're about maybe a 1.5 to 1 ratio on the salt pepper. We're a little bit pepper heavy, but not crazy pepper heavy. All right, give that a good shake. And then what we did is we got out some House of Q slow smoked gold barbecue sauce. It's a mustard based barbecue sauce. I poured it into a little container and we gave that a nice thick brush on to our pork. Now, you guys don't see me use a binder very often, and I'm using this as a binder so our seasoning will stick, but really I'm using it as a flavor component. I'm putting it on super heavy, and we're gonna use some more of this later, so I want the flavor to start building up now. So I put a coating of that on. I took our salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder mixture, and I gave a nice heavy coating on the one side. Then we did the sides, and then I flipped it over. I gave a nice thick coating of that House of Q sauce on the bottom, and then we added our seasoning, and then I put it on a rack and put it in the fridge. I wanna give it some time for that seasoning and the flavor of our barbecue sauce to soak into that pork. Now, obviously it's yellow, so it's a mustard-based sauce, and I'll tell you what, it is delicious. Then from that point on, about 30 minutes ago, I came outside, fired up our Kamado Joe. This time I decided to go the extra mile and give it a little bit of an extra clean on the inside. And of course, doing this, I wasn't paying attention and I ripped off the rim that holds the ceramic firebox together, which is always frustrating when that happens. But since I did it, we're gonna keep it in the video. And all I did is I took some shop towels, I bunched them up, and I braced out the firebox so that it was away from the side, so I get that rim back on there to hold the firebox together. I stole this trick from Smoking Dad Barbecue, except for I used shop towels just so I could get some, I'm drawing a blanket. What the heck are those things called? Not pliers, but you guys know what I'm talking about. But you can see that I was able to pull all the shop towel back out there, and then that way I just don't have to leave it in there. If you use paper towel, you can just leave it there, it will burn. But with the shop towels, I wanted to pull that out. Then we put a layer of some Kamado Joe Big Block down there, emptied out a bag, got a fresh bag, put a little bit more down there, and then I'm low on hickory wood. I've actually only got some small chunks of it left. So because the pieces are so small, I kind of scattered that around the first layer of lump there. You'll notice I put some extra near the front because we're gonna light the front and this is gonna burn towards the back. I'm doing 2 cooks here, so I wanted to have some hickory to burn throughout the cook. And then what we did is we got our Grill Blazer grill gun, started up our lump, took us about a minute, got a nice hot fire burning down there. Then we put the star accessory in there. I put the deflector plates in place. We left a little bit of gap there. We want to get everything preheated. And then I threw a couple chunks of the hickory in there and we closed up our dome. We opened up the top all the way. We opened up the bottom all the way. And then we waited about 15-20 minutes. And then I pushed everything back together and we're just dialing our temperatures. Right now, we're sitting at 250, so we're in good shape. Our smoke is nice and blue, which is exactly what we want to see. Let's have a look at the star of the show. And now we're locked in at 250. We got a little bit of smoke rolling. It's time to put this gorgeous piece of pork on there. Take a look at that guy. Nicely seasoned. The sauce is delicious. I actually haven't had this for a little while, and I saw it down there. I was like, oh, I know what I'm putting on that pork today. So let's get this guy on the pit. Before we do that, Let's turn this guy on here. I'm cooking a whole bunch of different things today, so I want to know what's going on. We're going to use our Chef Temp Pro Temp Plus, and we'll set up our cook here. So this is pork, and this is like a roast and a loin, and our temperature today is going to be 125. We'll start our cook there. You can hear that beep. And what we'll do now is we will spin this guy around. We've got a line on here, right? So we're going to put this, I'll show you in this camera here. We've got a line on this, so we've got to go in that far. It's going to put us almost to the middle, which is going to be about perfect. Dun, dun, dun. Make sure we're parallel. Now what we'll do is we'll put this guy on. Put that bad boy right there. We'll put our Pro Temp Plus here, and we'll close this up. As you can see, our pork loin's got a little bit of company there. Those might just happen to be some Iberico baby back ribs. You can see that in another video. I'll link it up here. So it's been about an hour and a half. About 15 minutes ago, I did give our pork a spray. That's just 50-50 water apple cider vinegar. But what I want to do is I want to start getting some of this sauce on there. We're at about 115 degrees, so we don't have much time to go, but we're gonna take our House of Q slow smoked gold barbecue sauce here, and we're gonna pour some of this in here. Now this is pretty thin to start. I just made a mess. But we're gonna add just a little bit of vinegar here. Not too much, like half a teaspoon or something like that, like not too much at all. We just wanna thin it out just a hair. It'll just make it easier to paint on and keep our seasoning in place, right? I don't want to start brushing around it. That's all pretty dried out. We're going to take just a splash more. Probably used a full teaspoon there. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Let's paint some of this on here. So as you can see, it's looking super, super tasty. And I'm just going to kind of pat this on there. Protect this one end here. And what I'll do is I'll roll it over one time before too long here and get a coat on the bottom. Perfect. And just let this keep on going. So it's been a couple hours. In total cook time, we're now at 135. We kind of blew by our 125. Shame on me, I wasn't paying attention. Filming too many videos at the same time. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna mix up a little bit more of the sauce to coat the bottom. A little splash. There we go. We'll have a look here and see how we're looking. So as you can see, it's looking pretty tasty. We're just going to top this up a little bit. That'll be good enough. And what we're going to do here is we're going to roll on over. Oh yeah, look at that. You can't even see it. Let me give you a shot of that bad boy. That's looking tasty. All right, and now I'm going to paint the bottom of this. Make sure we get that front edge. And now we'll start to double check with our other probe, because you never know. What's the middle look like? There we go, 136, 135. So we're actually in pretty good shape. 138 is our highest temp, all right? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna modify what's going on around here. We'll take these guys here. Let's not do that. Get one of my gloves here. And we're just gonna scoot this over here. I'm gonna grab some of my hot coals. There we go. Put that back there. I'm gonna take this down a level. We're gonna open up our vent all the way here, let some air in there. And we're gonna open up this all the way. That's gonna get our sear zone going. I wanna put a little bit of color on there. So we're gonna let that come up to temperature real quick. So we're already at 400. It's only been 3 minutes. As soon as we open up those dials, and because I shuffled around the lump a little bit, we're going. Now we've got that rack lower. So all we're gonna do now is we're just gonna add a little bit of char, a little bit of sear, just another layer of flavor on that before we let it rest. Then we bring you in and I'll show you what we're doing. So what we're gonna do here is we're going to just throw this right on this rack and get that sear. And what I wanna do is I'm gonna go probably 2 minutes aside, and I'm gonna try and get all the sides. So I lied. Definitely not 2 minutes aside. Once I moved that rack down, we had the fire ripping a little bit. Let me close this. Speaking of ripping, I started to char it pretty quickly. Really happy with what we got here. I wanted to render up some of the fat cap a little bit and get some color on it. I mean, some people do not like a little bit of char like that. If you don't cook it that way. Just don't cook it as long. But this ended up being like 30 seconds aside. It was ripping pretty good. So we're in really good shape there. Definitely exactly what I'm looking for. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna get some foil here. There we go. And I'm gonna loosely tent it, okay? I'm not gonna wrap it up. It's at 141 right now, so it's gonna carry over a little bit, and we're gonna let this rest 15 minutes. Let's pull this off the cooling rack, slice into it and see how we did. There we go. Man, I think that looks pretty good myself. We'll go right in the middle here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is ridiculously moist. I mean, the reflection off that moisture should almost blind you. Let's, you know what? I want a piece with this extra crunchy part here. As I said, I like that. Oh yeah, look at that, just perfectly cooked pork. Like the sun, but I mean, just look at the moisture on the board. Moisture doesn't lie. That's tasty. Let me get one more of those just to confirm that crunchy part on there. Pork does not have to be dry and boring, folks. This, my friends, is perfectly cooked. It's super juicy on the inside. You can see the moisture coming on the board here. That mustard sauce on the outside is really good. The only thing I wish I had done is put that mustard sauce and the salt and the pepper and everything on it the day before and do an overnight brine. The flavor would have got a little bit deeper into the meat. But as far as like the pork and the flavor, the doneness, the smoke flavor, everything else is on point. This is a super inexpensive way to feed a lot of people, and a lot of people forget about it. It's just one of those cuts of meats that doesn't get enough recognition because it is so good. It's inexpensive and it never disappoints. Hopefully you got some value out of this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Hey, listen, if you're interested about those Iberico spare ribs, actually they're baby backs, I did. Here's the video right here for those ones. Check those guys out. Thanks as always for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you soon.